something about what do they call it? An EMS or EMP surge that was supposed to come to us today. I'm not sure if you heard anything about that, and you know, I think you're pretty close with the space weather lady, Roger.
Oh yeah, we break atoms together. Oh well, thank you for that, Mac, and welcome to the net and being number one for a change. I think that's the first time. I think I've got too many cameras going, and it's bogging down my recording. So my laptop is not powerful enough. So I may have to disconnect one of these and rearrange the cameras. But regardless, no, I have not really gotten into detail. I know Tamitha Scove has released a couple of videos recently. I have not checked it out. I think there was one today or yesterday, and I haven't posted it yet. But it looked exciting. Conditions were definitely interesting. The solar data that I saw showed a big, long black arm going from almost both poles. Big dark spot there. So they call those coronal holes, but it's only because it's a cooler spot on the sun that it shows up black. And so these coronal holes look like a very, very long cutout from the north to the south there with a zigzag in it. So, yeah, conditions I noticed were up at 100 for the sunspots there earlier today. And then when I checked back on QRZ.com, it showed the solar flux index had dropped, or the SNI, the sunspots, had dropped down to 82. So now we're sitting at 83, but the solar flux index is at 123. So it's still not bad, but you want more sunspots than that. So anyways, very good. What else is new and exciting there for you this week, Mac? You went to the States last week, right? Not this week.
Roger that. I was down to Cleveland Thursday and Friday last week. Got home kind of late Friday evening. But, yeah, I took the weekend to recover from the long distance. You know, it wears on you. You know, you're doing a few hours of travel, and it's like 4.5 or 5 hours drive, which is of course interrupted by 45 minutes at the Peace Bridge. They hold you up both ways, and obviously once you clear customs on the way back, you pay $10.75 for the bridge, and that's the biggest number that I've ever paid for a bridge toll, ever. Anyways, Saturday was nice. My wife and I, we drove up to St. Jacobs and took a stroll through the farmer's market there. That's always interesting. And brought home a basket of what they call big and ugly beefsteak tomatoes. And they're big and ugly, but boy, are they ever delicious. Vine ripened, farm harvested tomatoes, so can't complain about that. And I couldn't believe the prices. It was actually, it was worth the drive to Acton. And I didn't go to Acton. I went to St. Jacobs. That's about it for now. I'm going to stick around and listen for the duration, and yeah, maybe jump back in at some point in time that seems advantageous. Oh, by the way, yes, I'm also boiling up some corn on the cob tonight. That's also some stuff we brought back. There was a couple of Pennsylvania Dutch or Amish girls sitting in a wagon sorting corn. So for $3, you got half a dozen cobs, and that's just enough for me and my wife to have a nice little chew on. So yeah, that's going in the pot a little later tonight.
Oh yeah, very good, very good. We, the wife and I, Renata and I, we went to Dunnville this weekend. Saturday or Sunday. Anyways, yeah, and it was a nice drive and all that. But on the way back, actually, there I did post a photo of a boat on the Grand River. Here, I'll put that up again. By the way, we are streaming live on YouTube. Just put VA3CJZ in the YouTube search box and look for us live there. And I posted a photo of a boat on the Grand, this little new dock that wasn't there before when we went. Is right next to the boat launch. They have one of the boat launches there, and one of many, I'm supposing. And off to the upper left corner of that picture is Bing Conservation Area there. That's the green on the top left of that photo with the boat. Anyways, there is a live clock running on that picture, but it's not a live shot of the Grand River. But to get to my point, we stopped at a market, Murphy's Market, it was called, and I wasn't impressed with the prices for what you were getting. Very overpriced, and I mean, like tomatoes right now should be next to nothing, right? I don't know, but yeah, that was our experience there. It was quite enjoyable still.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I noticed from the St. Jacobs Market. When you go to the authentic local market folks, their prices are not absurd. You can tell very quickly who's gone out and purchased a bulk quantity of produce from a distribution center, and they're repackaging it for sale, because their prices are not friendly at all. But on the other hand, a basket of peaches and a few ears of corn, a basket of big fat ugly tomatoes, and I think the tomatoes we brought home was probably oh goodness gracious, I don't even know what figure the weight was, but I think it was only $4 or $5. And if you bought that kind of quantity of tomatoes in our grocery stores, or any of these other places that are trying to market, it's the new fad, right? Buying from the farm.
Yeah.
And that's part of my misgiving in this local area is if you go out to a farm market here, they're charging you a premium price just for the experience of buying off the farm. If you go out to a true farmer's market, you're paying farmer a decent price for what they're providing, and they're not marking it up crazy. So you can tell the difference. Roger. Yep. Anyways, I'm sure there's going to be a long list of folks looking to check in with Chuck. So go ahead, give a call out there, see who else is listening to the AREG. And I think you're coming up on another anniversary real soon, Roger.
Yes. We are currently at week 1509, and in 3 short weeks, we'll be at 1512, which equals 29 years exactly. So that is technically the 29-year anniversary that AREG has been on the air. Longest running consecutive net in Hamilton. Anyways, started off in Dundas there with John. And since he's retired, I've taken over. And I also want to note that Kevin, VE3KKP, checked in early. He is not available for the net at this time, maybe later. But anyways, I do thank you, Mac, for that. We'll check back on you a little bit later. Let's see who else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins. Please come now.
Papa Delta Lima.
All right, got Papa Delta Lima. And so come on in, Paul.
Good evening there, Mac and Chuck. I don't know if there was anybody else in there. If there was, good evening. And yeah, just sitting here with some family, and remembered it was Chuck's night. So I had to try to make an effort to throw a bean in the pot.
Yeah, chickens with Chuck. Check in with Chuck. Very good there, Paul. I do appreciate you taking the time out and checking in with us. Hey, have you been to any roadside markets? There's one that from Huntsville to Dunnville, we used to do that. We drive to the res, then go through Huntsville, and then drive all the way out to Dunnville. And there was a spot where they would sell corn on the side of the road, and I can't remember the name of the farmer.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't been out anywhere to find a farmer's market type kind you're talking about anyway. There's the fake ones, you know, like you said, where they, or Mac was saying, I think, where they mark them up, but a true farmer cuts you a better deal for sure.
Yeah, you'd have to go. Well, unfortunately, the one downtown, they have to pay rent, right? So they charge a premium there too, but they do have some great meat. Other than that, there's the farmers market right a couple of 100 feet from my house. The Ottawa Street Farmers Market there, they're reasonable. You know who else I thought was reasonable during harvest season was Fortino's. They would sell you bushels of tomatoes for a reasonable price, and I almost got one once. I think it was the Roma tomatoes, and so but yeah, I mean what they're charging now for things is crazy. Like what do you telling me that I have to pay for the gas that you spent to get to the market?
Sure, go ahead.
Hi.
Say hi, Chuck. His name's Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Well, hello there, my little friend. What's your name?
His name's Avery.
Adri, pleased to meet you. Are you having fun?
Yeah, it's Avery with a Victor. And they gonna say hello?
Hello.
Hello, Avery. My name is Chuck, and I know Paul. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.
Okay, yeah, they seem fascinated here, so I better unkey here. Well, here's some dribble. I'll let you pick up some more, Chuck, and I'll jump in when I can. V3PDL.
All right, Paul. I swear I heard a Roger from the little one there, but you never know. Thanks for checking in, Paul. We'll talk to you later, maybe. Enjoy your evening. VE3PDL. Anyone else out there like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3CJZ. Looking for check-ins. Please come now. Alrighty, not much heard. I see Larry, VE3LDZ, is checking in on the web page on YouTube. And thanks, Larry. How's things going with the house hunting? Good, I hope. Yeah, you don't want to be living at the Outlaws forever. But you have to do what you have to do. I hear you. These are tough times, buddy, so I wish you luck. Thanks for checking in, Larry. All right, well, one more time, any check-in for this evening's AREG. Please come now. All right, very good. Well, guess what? That means we're going to start off with... contestcalendar.com would be the place for you to check out any upcoming contests. There aren't very many this week. It's a very, very slow contest week. Many of the contests are like for an hour. And then if you're into RTTY or digital or have 10 gig capabilities, 10 gigahertz. There's the Russian District Award Contest, if you're interested in that. Yeah. Rookie Roundup, RTTY, and there's Run for the Bacon, of course. That's Debbie's favorite. But I think they got Walk for the Bacon, too. Walk for the Bacon QRP. So there you go. But anyways, yeah, nothing of note for sideband contests coming up this week. But again, if you're interested in checking it out, go to contestcalendar.com. And okay, so birthdays today. Guess who's got a birthday today? Davy Crockett's our first guy, born on this day in 1786. American frontiersman, adventurer, and politician. Born in Greene County, Tennessee, died in 1836. And next we have Samuel Goldwyn. If you've seen movies in a theater, you've seen his name. MGM is Metro Goldwyn Mayer. So Samuel Goldwyn, born in 1882. Mae West, another cowboy, 1893. She was born on this day. Born in Brooklyn, New York. I wonder what that would have looked like in 1893. And then there's Mark Felt. A lot of people don't know this name. He is the American FBI official and Watergate secret informant, known as Deep Throat. I kid you not, I'm not making this up. He was called Deep Throat during the Watergate scandal back in the early 70s. So his name is Mark Felt. He's got a birthday today, 1913, passed away 2008. And then we have Francis Gary Powers. He was an American spy captured by the USSR after his U-2 spy plane was shot down in 1959. He was born in Kentucky, died in 1977. So I think he spent 3 years in POW camp or something like that, a gulag, whatever. Then we have Robert De Niro. He's got a birthday, born on this day, 1943. Born in New York. Founder of the Oracle Corporation, Larry Ellis. He's a multi-billionaire, born in 1944 on this day. And in those of you who don't know the Oracle Corporation, in 2020, Oracle was the third largest software company in the world by revenue. If anybody knows the rock band Boston and the song More Than a Feeling, well, Sib Hashian is the American rock drummer for Boston. He's got a birthday today. 1949, he was born, still alive. And guess what? He was born in Boston, Massachusetts. Well, there you go. David Koresh. Now, that might sound familiar. He's the American cult leader for the Branch Davidians down in Texas. He was born in Houston in 1959 on this day. I think most of us know what happened there at the compound in Waco. Sean Penn, born in 1960 on this day, Santa Monica, California. And last on our birthday list of note, Donnie Wahlberg, 1969. Donnie is the brother of Mark Wahlberg, and he was also an American pop singer, New Kids on the Block. Born in Boston, Massachusetts. All right, that's it for birthdays for now. Let's see if anyone else is out there listening. Would like to stop by and say hi on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ, looking for check-ins. Please come now. All right, switching over to our remote station. Let's see if Art or anybody in that area that can hear me would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Any check-ins, come in now. Okay, nothing heard on the remote station. I hope it was working. Let's go to Mac and find out. VA3IMW.
Well, we're back at the top of the list already. It pays to be number one. And yes, I heard you loud and clear coming in through the remote station. So Yes, everybody is listening to you. You're getting out just absolutely wonderfully tonight, Chuck.
All right, very good. Oh, and I forgot to mark Larry LDZ down in the log. We'll do that now. We're checking the YouTube stream, and we have another check-in from there. Wade, Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha. We will put both those names down in the list. So we're getting check-ins. Some of them are quiet, and that's all.
V3GBD.
Golden brown and delicious.
That's right.
Absolutely. That sounds like George on a portable. Come on in, George.
I am on a portable. I'm at my son's house. We're having a fire and a beer and just enjoying it. So I'm on my little bowl thing.
Oh, right on. Yeah, well, you're coming in pretty good over here. I hear you loud and clear. A little bit of crackling, but that's okay. Whereabouts is this?
He's off Potrify King.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that area is a little tricky because of the Red Hill there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of trees in his backyard.
Yeah. Right on. Well, you're making the trip there, George. What's the occasion on traveling over there?
We brought the rest of the pool over, and he asked if we wanted to come over and have a fire, and I said, yeah, okay. So, you know, I don't get to see him that often because he works his ass off all the time, but, so yeah, decided to come over and enjoy a fire and sit around, and me and the wife and him and his wife and his kids, and just enjoying.
Ah, right on. Yeah, it won't be long now. Some of those kids will be going to school. I know in the States they started school this week. I'm not sure if it was today or, yeah, they start a little bit early, but I think they get out of school a little earlier, probably because of the heat. It gets hot down in the States there a lot sooner than we do up here. But right on, George. Thanks for checking in, my friend. Are you going to be turning the radio off, or are you going to be around when we roll down the list and get back to you?
Well, I'm going to try and stick around. I'm not sure if I'll be able to hear you because I've got the radio kind of sitting kind of away from everybody, but I'll be sticking around. I'll have it on anyway.
All right there, George. Right on. Well, you enjoy your company and the fire and all that stuff. I know PDL just checked in there. He's also got some youngins over there. So yeah, got to enjoy those young people, right? Because they grow up so fast. Okay, George, much appreciated, sir. I'm sure Larry says hello. He's on the YouTube stream there, checking in from there. Roger.
Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah, it's good to see the grandbabies. I haven't seen them in a month or so, so yeah, it's nice. Just visit.
Yeah. Well, like I said, enjoy them while you can. Plus, with the nice weather around, summer is also not around for very long, so enjoy that too as well. Okay, Larry, we'll try and check back on you later, but no worries, my friend. If you happen to turn it up and we're calling you, then so be it. If not, we'll talk to you again soon, sir. Enjoy the rest of the evening. VE3GBD.
7-3. I'll be listening though.
Okay, very good. So, like I mentioned before, Larry LDZ is checked into the log through YouTube, and so is Wade from Dundas, VA3NCA, both in the log, sir. All right, let's see if we can get check-in number 7. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. Please come now. Alrighty, nothing heard. Well, like Arpad mentioned on his net there, it is another lovely evening. It always seems nicer when the sun is going down for me, unless I was at the beach, of course. But other than that, yeah, it's real nice to sit on the porch or go for a walk, go to a dog park, something like that. The sun is setting now. I do believe, before 8:30 now. The sun set about 5 minutes ago. Okay, well, let's give another shout out. Anyone, anywhere looking to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. My name is Chuck, and we're located in East Hamilton. Any check-ins come now.
Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India.
Hey, there's an early check-in from Larry. Are you in your garage there, Larry? Come on in.
Nope, no, I'm in the house downstairs here, just messing around. I thought, well, I better get a check-in here, see what's going on tonight.
Yeah, very good, very good. Listen, thanks for posting that link for the awards there on POTA. I did watch some of it, and I can't remember now who the Canadian was. Can you fill us in?
Oh, one of them was Joe. He got the most QSOs, and the other one was James, VE3JLN. He got the roving for 65 parks, and he beat the fella from the previous year. The guy had 48. I should probably turn my power up, but I'm sitting on low power here. Anyways, he got 65. The fellow the previous year had 48. The fellow couldn't contend this year. He was very ill, so he didn't have an opportunity to recontend his title. But anyways, yeah, it was good. Fellows from up in Barrie area, and he did a good job. So he got himself a plaque, a nice award.
Oh, right on, right on. By the way, your power is fine there, Larry. You're coming in full strength, anyways. You're almost right on top of me, but we'll save that for another discussion. So yeah, doing well there. Oh, right on. I'll have to look at that again, and when I have more time to really listen to it. But yeah, for those of you listening, we do have a Facebook AREG webpage. Just type in A-REG and the rest will come up. It'll say AREG 146.430, an amateur radio group. And check us out there. And Larry was kind enough to post the link to the POTA Award, Plaque Awards live stream. So that was entertaining, but we can also listen to it even after they played it. So thanks again for that, Larry. And anything else going on with you? Were you with the grandkids also lately?
No, not too much. Hang on, Chuck. If you skip into it for about an hour and 15 minutes, I think that's right. About an hour and 15 minutes, you'll see actually where James gets the award there, if you're interested. No, haven't seen the grandkids for a bit. They've been ill, so we've been staying away. I think they're back to the norm. They were still a little bit sick last weekend, so they got that stupid second variant or whatever. All three of them got ill, so it was kind of like a little rough for them. Then the son-in-law, he got it the worst. He had a hell of a cough with it. So been doing some POTA. Got a couple of really good contacts. Where did I get to? I got Venezuela, which has been confirmed, and I have a Chile that I'm waiting for to get confirmed. So that's been kind of interesting.
Yeah, very good. I've got a Venezuela as well. I'm not sure if it's for POTA though, but I do have England as a POTA. And but yeah, Venezuela was one of the countries that I needed, period. And so I was finally able to make contact with them, and the Cayman Islands as well. just yesterday or this morning. I'm not sure. Yeah, yesterday. And so got the Cayman Islands and a couple of uh, Indiana, I think. I got Washington D.C. I do believe for POTA, or I was trying for it. But yeah, some good contacts. I think I got Washington State as well.
Yeah, it opened up last night on 20. Sorry, these weren't POTA, but I get into Portugal and Trinidad too. So that was kind of interesting, along with other places. But just those two kind of stuck out.
Oh yeah, I made a contact with Russia, but unfortunately, it was a poor copy. And when the conditions got really good, I'm like, oh man, kicking myself, going, why didn't I wait a little bit till the conditions got better? But nonetheless, I did make contact with him.
Yep, nope, it's been a lot of fun. So I haven't spent really too much time on the radio. More outdoors right now. It is summertime, and we got that nasty word coming up down the road somewhere. Hopefully not too soon, but yep, it'll be more time spent in the house. So right now it's more enjoyment outside.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I hear you. I know I was just out in the yard there yesterday, or no, a couple of days ago, and I was looking at the one leg off my G5 RV, and it looked awfully close to this branch that it's this tree it's hooked up into, and turns out the wire was tangled in a branch, so I had to bring the ladder up. See, the tree is located on my neighbor's backyard fence line. He's right on the other side of the fence, and so I just bring my ladder up, lean it up on his tree, go up. I had to bring the whole wire down and shake it loose from the tree branch. And it's a pine tree, right? Really, really long pine needles on it, and those drastic pine cones. And so, anyways, after I made it loose, I brought it back up again and put it where it's still close to the branch, but at least it's not in the branch this time. So I'm just hoping we don't get too much of that white stuff that accumulates there on the branches and puts weight on it. So I'll have to keep a close eye on that when that time comes.
Yep, well, should hang on to your pine cones or make great fire starters. That's for sure. All right, Chuck, I'm going to pass it back over to you. I'm going back outside for a bit, so I'll pick you up definitely before you close up the net. So I'll say 7-3 for now. VE3, we'll be clear.
Okay, Larry, thanks for checking in, sir. And I only get to watch 6 sunsets a week. Every Wednesday, we're down here. So, yep, I envy you. Take advantage of the nicer weather while we got it. Go outside, sit on the porch, out in the backyard, what have you. And so, thanks for checking in, Larry. We'll talk to you again soon. That's VE3LBI up on the Hamilton Escarpment. Any other check-ins, please come now. This is VA3CJZ.
VA3AXJ. The king of the peanut butter.
Oh my God, Paul, you made me type a different thing than VA3AXJ. Okay. Rick, come on in.
Yeah. I helped Paul out, but I don't know which way he came in. But anyhow, yeah, I just finished slicing up some nice roast beef, some bologna, and my son. And plates are sharp, man. Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know the mice in here like my peanut butter. I just caught one there this morning. So off he went with a broken spine. The peanut butter doesn't go to waste at this house there, Rick.
Yeah, I just bought one myself, plus a can of ketchup, which I don't like, but they do. Anyhow, yeah, I just bought a big one. Other than that, I won't be on for much longer because I got an early day. I gotta sit in the friggin' phone I gotta log into the landlord and tenant act again.
Oh dear.
for 7 years, and it's still not done.
Oh dear, more of those issues. Well, I don't envy you, Rick, but I do wish you luck and speedy red tape process that goes quick for you, I hope. By the way, how's the truck running?
Oh, like a watch. What a difference, I'll tell you. Wow, it's got more power now than it ever had, I think.
Uh-oh, look out. Rick's going to be cruising in his truck there trying to pick up the young chicks. Hey, listen to my engine.
It runs on peanut butter.
Crap. That would give me a heart attack for sure, and I wouldn't need the truck.
I heard you in there, Paul. Funny. He said some... But yeah, I can just picture it now, Rick. I see a lot of middle-aged guys, in their fast cars. It's funny.
Yeah, PBL's in there trying to say something stupid. Anyhow, go ahead there, Paul. You can have the floor, buddy. I'll be standing by and listening, Chuck. I got to hear the comments from him.
I just said that you feed your car with peanut butter. That's why it runs so good.
No. High octane. High octane.
High octane what? Peanut butter? Oh, the high test. Okay. All right. Anyways. Okay, Rick. Well, thank you very much for checking in, my friend. Always a pleasure to hear you. Like I said, good luck tomorrow. And we'll talk to you on the radio at some point.
Roger. Nice day, nice night, and doing a fine job there, Chuck. And Paul, behave yourself. We're clear now.
Okay, thank you, Rick, VA3AXJ downtown Rick. Haven't heard from down North End Richard, but you never know. We are streaming live on YouTube. For those of you interested, just put in my call in the YouTube search box and look for us live there. That's VA3CJZ. And no one else has checked in on that site yet, but let's see if anybody would like to check in on the radio. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. Please come now.
Chuck, you gonna answer your phone?
It's not ringing.
Something's ringing. Sounds like an old house phone.
That's the helicopter in the background.
Did you hear it, Mac?
Yeah, it sounds like he's got a 1962 Torcan table fan running, and it's rattling and whistling.
Oh, okay, yeah, that could do it.
Maybe you mean, the fan that's cooling me. Is the sound gone now?
Are you hot now?
Yeah, I didn't hear it that time, Chuck.
Yeah, I've been playing with the microphone audio, hoping to lower the receive on the microphone, shall I say, and not put too much amplitude. That way I can kind of kill that background noise. But there we go. We'll just talk closer to the microphone, and hopefully that fan noise isn't too loud for you.
No, I just never noticed it before, so I just figured I'd bring it to your attention.
Yeah, it's a tad warm down here in the Radio Shack. It's 27.4 degrees down here, so I need a cooling fan. That, or I'm going to take my shirt off, and you guys are all going to leave the YouTube stream off and go somewhere else. So in order to keep my shirt on, I'll need the fan, Paul.
And we'll have a check-in from Jan, Vincent, Michael, and Airwolf.
There you go. As long as it's not Lady Icom.
No, you get Lady Yesu.
Yeah, I get Lady Yezu. Her name's Renata.
Whoever tried to key over Chuck, it didn't work. You give it another try.
Lady Yezu, she love you long time.
Now you're making me think of the old GI movies from Vietnam. Hey, you want a date? Me love you long time.
I make ham radio in basement.
They probably could. Yeah, I'd love to check out one of those field radios. That'd be cool. All right, I'm either picking up a little bit of static from interference or someone is trying to check in. If anyone is trying to check in, please come now. This is VA3 CJZ. Okay, guess not. Noise level just jumped up to S3. So that had me wondering. Okay, very good. Well then, if nobody else is checking in for the moment, let's go to this day. People that passed away now. I only got 2 of them, so no big deal. Franklin D. Roosevelt Jr. He was the son of President Roosevelt. He died in 1988, and he died on his 74th birthday. Oh wow, eh? Dying on your birthday. Isn't that ironic? And then those of you who remember Pearl Bailey, going way back now, American Tony and Emmy award-winning stage and screen actress, singer, and dancer. She was in Hello, Dolly, and died of a heart attack at the age of 72. And now for events of note throughout history on this day. The very first electric self-starter for the automobile was patented in 1891. And so I've heard many people get injured while trying to crank their cars. You remember seeing those old black and white movies? Guys sticking a handle in the front of the engine and cranking it at the crankshaft. Well, a lot of people got kicked back, broke their arms, got knocked out, all kinds of things. So 1891, the starter for the car is patented. All right. On this day in 1933, Major League Baseball player Lou Gehrig plays a record 1,308 consecutive games. And then in 1939, on this day, the musical film The Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland, Ray Bolger, yada, 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 opens at the Capitol Theater in New York. 1939. That's how old that movie is. Wow. Okay. And here we go all the way up to 1940. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and the Canadian Prime Minister William Mackenzie King agreed to a joint defense commission. So this is when the states started agreeing to help protect Canada, I'm assuming. Oh yeah, here we go. Some more Canadians here in the news. 1944 on this day, the 4th Canadian Armored Division occupies Trun, Normandy. And on the same day, Canadian 2nd Division conquers Falaise, Normandy. So way to go. Canada played a big part in liberating France and Holland as well. That's why there are so many tulips around the Ottawa Parliament in the springtime. They are a gift from the Queen of the Netherlands as a thank you for harboring her during World War II. I forget how many thousands of tulip bulbs we get from them, but quite a bit. 1959 on this day, 7.1 earthquake strikes Yellowstone National Park. For those of you who aren't aware, the Yellowstone National Park is the largest volcano, I think, in the States or in the world. I'm not sure. But she's going to go one day. There's been a few movies made about that. And also, back in 1969, the last 3 days was the Woodstock Music Festival. So on this day in 1969, the Woodstock Festival closes with the Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies as final act, taking the stage at 9 a.m. on the 18th of August. Other performers included Joe Cocker, Country Joe McDonald, and the Fish. The band, that was a band, and Sha Na Na are mentioned here. All right, let's take a pause here and see if we have anyone who's interested in stopping by and saying hello here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group Net. This is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. Is my audio loud enough?
I can hear you.
Okay. Hello? Is this thing on? All right, Mac, since you jumped in there, what are we cooking tonight?
Well, as I indicated previously, I've shucked a few ears of corn, which was also part of my booty bag coming back from St. Jacobs. So that's going to be going in the pot. I'm still eyeing some of those big, fat, and ugly beef steak tomatoes. So maybe after I devour a couple of ears of corn, I'll whip up a nice toasted tomato sandwiches. And, you know, these tomatoes are big enough that one slice of tomato covers a whole piece of bread.
Oh, you gotta love that. Yeah, I can't wait to get some fresh vegetables from the market or the store, what have you. I may go to the farmer's market. Just like I said, it's a couple of 100 feet away. There's a city parking lot there near Ottawa Street. So, yeah, that's nice, eh? One slice fits on one slice of bread. Beautiful. Get some bacon, some lettuce, and you're all set.
Yeah, well, sometimes just a couple of slices of toast with a little mayo on both sides and a big flat, like I'm talking 3/8 to half an inch slice of tomato in between. And, you know, the difference between vine ripened tomatoes and something that's picked green and ripens on the way to the stores. Well, yeah, that's like what I'm talking about. And I actually had a couple of minutes between late evening meetings with Ford Australia and the net to stroll out in the backyard and check my own tomato plants. And I'm actually starting to see a red hue come across a couple of the fruit that's on the vine. So I'm looking forward to harvesting our own tomatoes from the backyard. So what I bought from St. Jacobs is going to be the last tomatoes I buy this season until I'm going to say early part of October, when these vines give it up finally.
Yes, forgive me for not remembering the corn. That reminds me, I've got a half dozen in the fridge I'm going to have to cook up tonight. And because they've been in the fridge for a couple of days now. So time to do something with them. So thanks for that. And I also have not a pound, but a package of bacon. You no longer, it's rare to find a package that has a pound of bacon in it, but The odd place does sell those. But yeah, some bacon to go with that. That'd be great. With some corn. Oh, yeah. Okay, mouth-watering. Thanks, Mac. And don't forget the mayo.
Oh, you always got to have mayo with your toasted tomato sandwiches for sure. And there's actually some really, really good Mexican corn recipes. They call it street corn. It's served with cojita cheese and chili powder on top, and sometimes you can sprinkle it with some cilantro. And it's a great way to dress up your corn on the cob. And if you get real creative, you can actually grill it a little bit on the barbecue, so it brings up some additional sugars and mouth's watering. Sorry, slobbering on my microphone again.
That's why we have those little foam covers that go on top of the microphone. And on top of that, you can also get one of those screens for when you spitting. But yeah, I do believe I heard some interference there. I'm not sure if that's someone trying to check in or what. So let's do a call out and see if anyone else is out there that would like to check in to this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3 CJZ. Please come now. Well, I wonder what movie Art is watching this week. I know last week he wasn't able to check in with us other than the initial check-in because he was watching Superman. So I wonder what's on tonight. Oh, yeah, he's got that big TV too, eh? What was it? 62-inch or something? Very nice. 60-inch? Yeah. All right, very good. Okay, well, thank you, Mac, for that update. Nobody has checked into the YouTube stream other than the ones that have already. So let's see where we're at over here. Okay. Did I mention Willie Mays in 1973 on this day hit his 660th and last home run. So on this day, 1973, last home run for Willie Mays. And the very first successful crossing of the Atlantic by balloon with 3 Americans on board was on this day in 1978. So that wasn't that long ago. Oh, I love this next one. 1998, Monica Lewinsky scandal. That was on this day that U.S. President Bill Clinton admits in a taped testimony he had an improper physical relationship with the intern, and on the same day admits before the nation he misled people about the relationship. Ah, yes, Monica, we remember. And finally, on this day in 2017, the collision of 2 neutron stars is witnessed for the first time and first picked up by U.S.-based Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, also known as LIGO, L-I-G-O. Collision of 2 neutron stars. That would have been neat to watch. We'll have to Google that. I'm sure it's on Google by now. I know there is a video that's streaming 24 hours a day saying that this star is going supernova, the Betelgeuse star. And it's on YouTube, but they don't know when it's going to go. So they just got a telescope on it, and they're waiting, and they're filming. So that should be interesting. Other than that, in radio news, it seems like we're headed towards some better conditions for HF on a more regular basis, other than just in the evening or early morning, as the summer season comes to an end. And so you can get a lot of information from the solar weather lady, I do believe. Tamitha Scove is her name, and you should check out her videos to get all the latest information on sunspots and how it affects radio propagation. Okay, anyone else out there would like to join us here? This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. My name is Chuck, and I'm here in the East End of Hamilton, looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere.
Victor Alpha 3, November Foxtrot Golf.
All right, got Steve in there. VA3, November Foxtrot Golf. The man that's on holidays, doing all kinds of European contacts there last night. Come on in there, Steve.
Yeah, good evening, everybody on net there. Yeah, we're on hump day of the week off here. Did a little magnet fishing today up in Guelph. Found quite a bit of railway tie plates, 5 or 6 of them anyway, and a lot of spikes. It was very dense, very heavy. Like, I didn't expect it to be that heavy. So it must be like a high carbon steel or something like that. But anyway, that's all I got there, Chuck. You're doing good there. 60 over, no problem. Back to you, VA3NFG.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. And so are you as well. S9++, as they say. Yeah, very good. Did you just get a magnet recently, or if you did, what? How big is it, and how much can it lift?
Well, they had a few different ones. The people I went with. So the one that my buddy had, his was a 1,700-pound
Wow
magnet. I think mine was a 15 or something like that. So yeah, that's what they're rated for. Underwater.
Holy smokes, 1,500-pound lift. Wow. Yeah, I've been eyeballing some smaller magnets, the neodymium magnets there, N42 or N52, I think they are, and they're quite powerful too. But I need them for a smaller application.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah. Like, he's pulled out shopping carts, with the 1,700-pounder. Yeah, shotgun shells, cell phones, you name it. You're cleaning out all the junk in the garbage, right? I mean, like, there's lots of metal in there. But I'm surprised those railway tie plates were coming out one after another there for a little while. Probably totaled about 100 pounds of it. So, yeah. Guys that do forging, making knives and stuff like that, it's good for.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've seen that on Forged in Fire. Guys making knives out of railway spikes there. Melt it down and not melt it, but heat it up and shape it. Yeah, very good. Well, congratulations on a successful fishing trip. Do you guys know if there's a railway nearby?
Here? Oh, down at the, down at the lakefront would be the only closest one, really. Here.
No, I meant where you went fishing.
Yeah, but in Guelph, they got a train that goes right through, like, the city center. And they got that creek that goes right through from the one end all the way through and goes up the other side, the east side of Guelph. So there's lots of bridges there, right? So there's lots of places to, to launch that magnet into. It's just, you can feel it. You can feel all the stuff as you're dragging it back in, right? When it's going across rocks and that, you feel it wanting to stick to whatever's under the rocks.
Yeah. I can just imagine. Yeah, that's what I meant. Was there any railroad tracks near where you were magnet fishing? So okay, well that makes a lot of sense. Did you get any good fishing lures?
No, got a couple old dimes. I think it was a dime anyway. Looney from
Wow.
I think 2010. But yeah, no, the train track was like 20 feet away
Oh
from that
wow.
little creek. So whenever they were servicing that part of the track, instead of
Okay.
collecting it, guys were probably just pitching it right in the river.
I don't want to carry the extras back with me. Here, in you go. Yeah, I can just imagine. Right on, right on. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty darn close. So yeah, um, wha what do you plan on doing anything with those spikes?
I don't know. Not really sure. Um, might put them up on, maybe on eBay or something like that. Maybe somebody wants them. Because even one of those tie plates, I mean, it's half-inch thick plate.
Oh
It's
yeah.
about a 8 inch by, I don't know, 12 or 10 long, and then it fits right on top of the 8 by 8, right? The
Yeah.
actual railway tie. So it fits on top of the tie, but under the track, where the two ends of the rail meet together.
Yep.
It comes down on top of it, and then there's two holes per side. So there'd be like four spikes per side. Well, sorry, four in total, two on each side, times two plates, of course. So in total, right, 8 spikes, two plates.
Oh, okay. Okay. That many, eh? Yeah, I'm familiar there. I've walked on plenty of railroad tracks. Um, so yeah. I miss doing that as a kid. Used to go and put pennies on the railroad tracks near my granny's cottage, and we'd come back the next day look for our flattened pennies.
Yeah, I remember doing that too, taking a walk with my grandpa there down to below Barton, and we'd just wait for the train, and he'd like put pennies on there, and they'd get all flattened out.
Yeah. Most of the time they'd vibrate off the track, but every now and then you get lucky. All right, there, Steve. So yeah, I was listening to you last night there, um, talking about contacting those European stations, and I was kind of busy doing other stuff myself. But I ended up getting that Russian guy, eh? When you were talking about him, he was coming in just great. But when I got him, it was before that, and so the conditions for me they weren't that good. So, but I still got him in the log.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I got Greece, Russia, Lithuania, Bulgaria, Lithuania again, and Ukraine. Oh, and then before Greece, I got Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've got that one. Um, I think I want it. I think I need it. And what's the other? I got Cayman Islands. I think that was my first time getting them last night. I'll have to check. But yeah, way to go. Seems like the conditions improve in the evening, and they normally do. So uh, good job. All right, there, Steve. Anything else before we move along?
No, that's it. Have you got a window open and that's like the crickets I'm hearing?
That's my fan with the floor. Oh, the cap fell off the leg. It's a pedestal fan, and like I said, my dog knocked the tip off one of the legs, and so it's not even. and it's making more noise than it should. So give me 5 seconds there or so. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to try and fix that.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's just, sounds exactly like crickets at this time of night.
I heard the same thing. V3GBD said that.
Yeah, it would have been easier just to say they were crickets.
All right. All right. Well, there we go. Back with the headphones on. Yeah, I thought I had lowered my mic gain down low enough, but I guess not. You guys can still hear that. I kind of got rid of the rattle there. How's that? A little bit better, Steve?
Yep. I don't hear it.
Yeah, it's got 4 legs on there, and one of the tips has a cap, and it fell off when the dog was laying down on it. So, yeah, very good. Wow, pretty sensitive microphone. It's about 8 feet away from that fan. So now I stopped the oscillation on it, and it's just pointing at me directly. So we won't get that rattle of when it's oscillating. Okay, well, thanks for that, Steve. Much appreciated. Again, you're sounding lovely this evening. A great signal, great audio, Steve. Anything else?
Lovely, just lovely.
Nope. That's it. We're good. There. Yeah. Did you have a comment there, PDO?
No, I was just saying how lovely he sounds.
Well, you are next on the list there, Paul. And I said that word specifically with you in mind, hoping you'd jump in there, and you did. So way to go.
Yeah, I'm a man of repetition, so yeah, it's not hard to bait me to say something. Anyways, yeah, listening along here, the company, most of the company went home, and yeah, I was going to go fishing tonight, but my buddy forgot all about it and didn't get his license today, so we're going to do it tomorrow night, I think.
Oh, I see. I see. Now, forgive me for asking, but Avery is a little boy or girl?
Avery's the 5-year-old, and Nevaeh, actually, is the 3-year-old girl.
Ah, so it's a boy. Okay, very good. Alrighty then. Yeah, that's pretty neat having somebody talking back to you when you're talking. As a kid, I can just imagine.
Well, as soon as he come in the room and heard me talking to you, I unkeyed and he goes, "Papa, who's that?" And I said, "That's my friend Chuck. Can I say hi?" I said, "Okay, say hi to Chuck."
Right on. Yeah, right on. Geez, that reminds me of when I used to go visit my blind uncle, great uncle, and he had a shortwave radio. I was fascinated by that. And he also had an organ. Oh my God, another toy. Things to touch, as a little boy. I had to push. If a button said, "Don't push this," you guaranteed I'd push it. I was one of those.
Well, why can't I push that button? What happens? Well, here, let's check that out.
Yeah, exactly. So that was me as a kid. Very curious. Always interested in gadgets and gizmos and everything like that. So, all right. So Yeah, I noticed you haven't been too active on the QRZ there, Paul. What's going on?
I've been doing more listening on HF when I'm sitting here not doing something around the house. Just hop through the bands and listen along. If I come across a country I haven't worked, then I jump in and give it the old college try. But yeah, I haven't worked. I haven't logged anything in like 2 months or something, I think.
Yeah, you like sniping. That's what Steve does, I think. NFG. He picks and chooses stations to contact.
Yeah, and I haven't done any POTA for a while. Even longer. So, yeah, I've been kind of dormant, if you will, in as far as radio goes. Just talking on here to the couple local guys that we all usually talk to. You included, sir?
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering if you had any of your antennas down or anything like that. But yeah, I get it. It's summertime, right?
Yep. I still got antenna work to do, and yeah, people are busy and whatnot, so hard to get help from time to time. So that being the case, it doesn't enthuse me to talk on the radio when my antenna's not at full capability, so to speak.
Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. All right. Well, geez, it seems like this tonight seems to be dragging on a little bit there. It's 9:15 p.m. and currently it is 24.1 degrees outside the CJZ studio, and that seems like a very comfortable number to be sitting out on the front porch. I bet you they say it's colder at the airport. Let's see what they say here on the weather network. They are saying 23 degrees, feeling like 26. So yeah, I'll bet you it's very nice and comfortable out there. So I don't blame people for being outside, like I said, enjoying the summer before it ends too soon. All right, Paul. Do appreciate your being available when I called on you. Anything else?
No, sir. I just looked on my computer too, weather-wise, and it says 21 Celsius.
Wow.
That's apparently from the airport as well. But my outside one on my front porch is 25 degrees.
Yeah. That's just lovely temperature, Paul. Oh, I just had to. Sorry.
Very good, sir. All right, well, chime in there and see if there's any stragglers kicking around, and I'll be here listening along. V3PDL.
All right, there, Paul. Thanks again. And that's VE3 PDL up on the escarpment. Well, let's see, before we move down the list, let's see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. My name is Chuck, here in the east end of Hamilton. Any new check-ins anywhere, come now. I think I heard Rick in there. That was very quick key up. I think I was still talking. But you saying goodnight there, Rick?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're going to call it quits for tonight. I got an early day tomorrow, so 7-3 is the channel frequency, and doing a fine job, Chuck. I don't know how many we got tonight, but I think there's a few. Back to you.
Holy smokes, Rick! You're making me want to clear my own throat there listening to you. Uh, yeah. So with the 2 check-ins from the YouTube live stream, we have a total of 9 check-ins so far. So we're a little bit light tonight compared to other nights, but that's okay. We'll carry on. I do appreciate your taking the time out and being with us there tonight, Rick. Hopefully you were entertained or not bored while listening. Thanks again, Rick. We'll talk to you again. VA3AXJ, VA3CJZ.
Yeah, all right there, Chuck. Thanks, bud. VA3XJ would be QRT.
All right. Very good. Anyone else like to check in to the AREG? Please come now.
Don't forget your peanut butter cups before bed.
Get a job.
I got one, keeping you entertained.
All right. Well, I hope you don't get minimum wage for it.
No, I get $35 an hour.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Plus benefits.
Oh, are you a student working for the city?
Yeah, I'm just a young feller.
Yeah, geez, I remember looking for work in the summer, and all the college and university kids would get the jobs before I could. And of course, they got paid more than if I were to get hired by them. You know what I mean? Oh, you're students. You need to pay off your loan, and the government's going to subsidize it anyways. So, yeah, we'll give you 25, $30 an hour to water the plants down Main Street.
Yeah. Alrighty, sir. I gotta jump out for a minute. My daughter's boyfriend just come home, and I gonna go talk to him for a minute, so I shall return. B3PDO.
They must have come home with food.
Hey, get out of my peekaboo camera.
That's funny, Larry. All right there, Paul. Go ahead and take care of that. And we'll get to Larry there very shortly. But we'll see if George is still with us. VE3GBD George, are you there?
I am here. I'm home now. Back in the old garage here, listening.
Back at the shack. All right, very good, George. Yeah, you sounding much stronger. So very good. Yeah, you're coming in loud and proud now. So, how was the little backyard get together?
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely great. And then the mosquitoes came out, and it was like, holy moly, we're getting eaten alive. Plus, my wife, she's got to work in the morning, so couldn't stay late anyway. But it was a good time. Good time.
Yeah. Got to remember at this time of year, George, right at twilight, they come out and they're hungry.
Well, they were hungry. Woo!
Yeah. It makes me think of when the wife and I, before we had our daughter born, that was a long time ago. Our daughter's 24 now, so when I just married my wife, I guess, we went to Algonquin Park in the northernmost entrance of the park. I forget the name of the entrance now. But anyways, all I know is I was out fishing and the sun was setting. And then I started seeing clouds of flying black things. And those were mosquitoes. And man, I got the musk oil, and I put that in my ears, on my face, on my hair, and of course, my whole body, and continued fishing. And then I told the wife, I said, you better cover yourself. And then you see her start doing the dance. The bugs are getting to her. I just started laughing. because you see this black cloud around my wife, and I'm like, I told you.
Oh yeah, you can hear them buzzing around. Like you hear them. Oh, I said, well, that's when my wife says, "Oh, it's time to go. We gotta go." Okay, yeah, let's get out of here because they've been nibbling at my ankle for a while.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't miss mosquito bites. I'll tell you that, George. I do not like getting bitten. Spiders, they also sting or bite you. They leave welts. I've gotten those. But yeah, hey, what can you do? Just imagine if you live down in Florida, where they have snakes and alligators and this and that and the other thing. Like someone said, I think they were out in the jungle somewhere, and he says, "Man, everything is out to kill you or eat you." So you got to be mindful.
Exactly. Especially, what is it, June or whatever, when the black flies come out? Oh my God, they're terrible.
Oh, the deer flies and the horse flies, they take chunks of flesh. Like literally, as soon as you feel it, you look down and there's a piece of skin missing.
Yeah, everybody keeps asking me, why you got so many little round cuts on your arms? Oh, that's from the black flies, deer flies, whatever other flies that are eating me alive at the time.
Yeah, for little buggers, they can sure do a lot of damage, eh?
Oh, absolutely. Biggest problem is scratching them, and then you open them up, and it's like, oh, okay, they're never gonna close if you keep scratching them.
Yeah, I had a cousin. She was notorious for scratching her bites until they bled, and yeah, it didn't turn out too good.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest problems too. I'll scratch until starting to bleed. Get the toilet paper out, soak it with water. Yeah. But probably be doing it again tonight. My wife ain't gonna let me go to the bed. Probably be bleeding. Sleep on the couch.
Yeah, you got to try and rub it with your hand instead of your fingertips. That's the trick, George.
Yeah, I know. I always use my nails. Dig it right in, like just dig. But hey, I gotta figure out, to stop doing that. That's one of my most bad habits that I have.
Yeah, well, it's a natural instinct, George. I mean, you have an itch, you scratch it. Ever try not to? Like if you get your nose is itchy or something and your hands are full or you just got to scratch. Yeah, it's a very powerful thing, that feeling. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my ankles actually. It's driving me nuts right now, and I'm trying not to scratch it.
All right, George. Well, you do your best. And we're going to move down to Larry, if he's still there. He's the last guy on my list that's available. And so, and Steve. Steve's the last one. So we'll go to Larry LBI next. Come on in, Larry.
Yep, thanks, Chuck. VE3LBI. George, man, I haven't had a chance to talk to you. How's the trailer, buddy?
Loving it, and loving it. Last weekend was great. They had Halloween in the park last weekend. Man, what a blast!
That's good. So you're getting good use out of it then?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I get up there every chance I get. I still can't get any signals up there on my radio, so I keep trying, but we're having a blast up there.
That's good, George. All right, I just hadn't talked to you. I just wondered how you're making out. That's good. Yeah, well, we had a trailer set up for 8-10 years out at Pinehurst Conservation Area. We always had fun out there, whether it was corn roast or whatever was going on. All right, anyways, back over to Chuck here. Well, nothing's really changed too much, Chuck. Got a little darker outside. The temperature come down a little bit. Other than that, things are back to pretty much normal.
Yeah. And tonight's garbage night for those of you in the East End here and elsewhere. Don't forget to take your trash out tonight. And that means you, George.
I know, right? I know we just got home and I'm talking on the radio. I should be getting this round up, but hey, it's all good. It'll be done.
Yeah. Geez, I've been caught a couple of times. I just I do the net, and then after, all I do is I gather up the garbage, but I don't. I might put it out on the front porch, and the wife comes home, and so we start talking, and then she goes to have a shower. I get something to eat. Next thing you know, I'm going, oh damn, I forgot to put that to the curb. So before bed, you gotta go out there and put it out at the curb.
Yep, that's usually what happens with me too.
That means he has to put pants back on.
Yeah, what the hell? Nobody will notice. I have those athletic shorts there, Mac.
Oh, like spandex for old timers?
Yeah. With a built-in pouch.
No, they're called Depends.
Not quite.
Just depends on which way you put your pants on.
Yeah. Never mind putting shirts on inside out.
Well, that makes them good for 2 days.
Yeah, that's what I did the other day. Actually, I thought it was on upside down, but it wasn't. Just the way the shirt was made, eh?
Yeah, but if the pocket's on the inside and you put your wallet up there, your phone up there, nobody can steal it.
That was one of Renata's tube tops.
Hey, never mind there, Larry. I've seen an advertisement for underwear that had a pocket in it for something other than your junk, and it had a little zipper or something or whatever, Velcro, and you could stash your whatever in there, right?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't put my sandwiches there.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. The things they want to sell you nowadays, it's crazy. Oh, that reminds me. I was in the living room talking to Renata today, and I happened to look down at my stereo bass subwoofer, and on top of it there was a box, and I'm like, what's on top of that? And she smiles at me and she says, I was wondering how long it would take you to notice that. She goes, I got that a while ago. So I pull it out, and it's a box of alien tape. And if you don't know what alien tape is, it's supposed to be a strong double-sided tape. And it's, what is it? An inch wide, pretty wide stuff. 3 rolls in it. So, yeah, we're going to try that out.
Okay. Is it going to be kinky, or can you tell us what you're going to do with it?
Well, it's mounting tape, right? But it's strong mounting tape. And so, yeah, I've got a few ideas. Actually, I'd like to try something in the shower on the tiles there. See if that'll hold. We've got this one thing, it just won't stick. So, yeah, I got a couple of ideas on things I want to use, you've used mounting tape before. I forget what the strength says on it. But on the one test, they hold up, 17 pounds of weights off a fridge. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm sure those 17 pounds probably fell as soon as they took that camera picture.
It's reusable too, Chuck.
Yes, that's right. Apparently, you can wash it or soak it in water, clean it off, let it dry, and then they say to put a blow dryer on light on it, and of course it'll warm up a little bit and it'll become tacky again. So yeah, I'm really excited. Want to try it.
Crazy tape, Chuck.
Yeah, I was watching a YouTube video there earlier today on a guy who did these very detailed tests with all the different tapes: 3M, Loctite, Gorilla, other brands. There was another brand called Duck, D-U-C-K, not D-U-C-T, and they were all testing the tensile strength with a digital scale. They try to pull apart things. It was a pretty cool test. The best tape on the market and the cheapest is apparently a tape called LLP or LLP something, and it's supposed to be the strongest and the cheapest. So yeah, that was an interesting test. All right, Steve. Well, if that's you there, I'm not hearing any audio, but you or someone is breaking the squelch. So we'll pass it back to Larry and see what else he's got there.
Nope, nothing else. Let's along for a bit longer here. What time is it? 9:35-ish. Yep, nope, let's listen along for a bit longer. Okay, thanks, Chuck. Back over to you, VE3LBI.
Yeah, okay, very good. And as a matter of fact, we are streaming live on YouTube. Just put my call sign in the YouTube search box. And the screen that I'm showing now actually has a bag that says Alien Tape right on my desk. And we're streaming that as part of being my desk here with my radio shack. So can't wait to try out the Alien Tape. And it's one of those products that's advertised as seen on TV. So it's one of those products. All right. With that, I want to say thank you, Larry, VE3LBI. Let's see if anyone else is out there. Want to stop by and say hello. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. Any new check-ins anywhere, please come now. All right, well, let's go back to VA3NFG. Are you still there, Steve?
Yeah, go ahead there, Chuck. Yeah, I'm still hanging out here. What time we got here? Time quarter to 10? Really? Wow. Time flies while you're having fun. No. That's all I got, Chuck. Good luck with the tape. However, it is about 1/8 of an inch thick, so it is somewhat thicker tape.
Yeah. I know it looks pretty heavy duty. I haven't taken it out of the package yet or checked it out, but I'm going to. And so yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully it doesn't work on everything perfectly. Of course, anything that's porous will not be as strong as something like a tile or a piece of metal or plastic. So you got to keep that in mind. And you also got to keep in mind that you may pull up, if you put it on drywall, for example, or any painted surface, you will pull up paint and drywall. So keep that in mind in your applications. So very good. Okay, Steve, do appreciate you coming back to me there. Listen, what do you got on the schedule for the rest of your holidays there? Do you have any plans?
Nothing that's in stone, that's for sure. I was thinking of moving my antenna around yet. I got a couple days to do that. No, I've got to set up some lamps there in the back. I got coach lights here. I got to find a way to mount them to the deck. I just got to drill into the side of the bottom of the lamp there. It's got a weighted bottom there. So that's about it. That's my plan tomorrow.
All right. Play it one day at a time. I hear you. All right, then. Very good. I was just curious because I knew you were on holidays, and I thought I'd ask. So with that, we'll clear with Victor Alpha 3, November Foxtrot Golf, and go up to the top of the list and say hello to Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. Mac.
Good evening again, Chuck. Is that guy still hanging around? Actually, I hope I didn't miss too much. I took a little break from the radio to go drag a sharp object across the facial fur that needs to be tamed from time to time. Anyways, yeah, I got back and I heard Larry talking away and George talking about the trailer and all the rest of that good stuff. And yeah, it was kind of interesting to hear. I'm assuming Steve's outside with his handheld. Somebody else is also broadcasting, and not sure whether that's QRM or just QRN. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, certainly looking forward to a big slather of butter on some fresh corn, and as we talked before, big fat slab of a big ugly tomato across a nicely toasted rye bread sandwich. So
ooh, rye bread.
That's what's in my future, my near future. Anyways, I'm still along for the ride, Chuck.
All right, very good. So I guess you don't do much HF during the work week, do you? At night?
Well, I try to make good use of my time. If you know, between 7:30 and 9 or 9:30, things are looking favorable, then I'll poke a little bit with POTA. I think maybe I've gotten another award as far as last night goes. I think I've got some stuff pending here. I heard you guys talk making contacts with some of the European countries and things of that nature, but let me see what POTA's got for me right now. Where's my awards? Yes. Where are the awards? Yeah, let's see here. I've got the Enrubio Award as far as hunting goes. And right now I'm sitting at 298 parks hunted and
Wow.
281 late shifts. So, yep. You know, it's great to make contacts throughout the states, but it's also more enthralling, you know, to chat with a gentleman in Trinidad and Tobago and areas down there.
Absolutely.
Really nice gentleman down in Montego Bay. That was a real winner. And I do recall one day where I made a couple of contacts in England on POTA as well. So, you know, 20 meters, 17 meters pays big dividends. They open up.
Yes, absolutely there, Mac. Just hold on a second there. Somebody's keying up the microphone without any audio there. If you want to check in, please come now. Okay. All right then. Yeah, Mac. At the moment, there's 18 parks on 20 meters and 8 parks on 40 meters. And so let's look at our awards. We're about a half of what you got. Let's see now. Only 122 parks hunted and 39 late shifts. So you are way more active on the POTA than I am. And I've still got about 25 states to hunt. So yeah, we've only we don't get too serious into it. If we can hear one, we'll try, but we won't try too hard.
Yeah, I think at my last count, I was at 38 states. So the ones I'm probably going to be far stretched to reach is Alaska and California. But I've got a lot of stuff going on in the Midwestern states. Obviously, the eastern seaboard is well suited to my station, so I got good coverage there. And yeah, as Larry has mentioned, chatting with some of the regulars is kind of fun. Actually have a QSO card from Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta, and she's from Jersey. Can't think of her name right now, but when you hear her on the radio, you know exactly who she is. The kind of cheerful lilt in her voice. I think most of the guys on POTA recognize her voice before the call sign.
Oh yeah, one of those unique voices, eh? Shirley from Jersey, here with you, or whatever her name is, but I get the point. Yes, a female voice with character in the voice. I know I listened to the boredom breaker net on the Toronto Ontario Place repeater there. I forget the frequency, but this elderly lady that comes on and is net control for an hour or two during the day there. She's got such a delightful voice. It makes you want to listen to her. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And there's certain operators that you perk up when you hear their voice, and there's others that are like nails on chalkboard, right? So when you hear Toby is her name, when you hear Toby key up, and it's Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta, and in her own lilt, and it's cheerful and it's enthralling. But what's the guy from Ontario? Victor Alpha 3 Queen Victoria. He's got one of those squeaky, greasy voices that makes you want to shove a pencil in your ear. And I know it's not his fault, but it just, oh my, I have to spin the knob and get away from him.
Yeah, I know what you mean there, Mac. Yeah, that's like on e-cars. They're on 7.255 in the mornings until 1:30 in the afternoon. There's this one net controller that is far above all the others as far as character, tonation, and how they speak, and they're able to get people's attention, and a little bit funny at times, and very personable. NJ2US, his name is Jeff, and he's the guy. I wish to talk to when I get on that particular frequency. All the other net controllers just don't seem to have that charisma, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm sure we've had lots of net controllers that either draw our interest for one peculiar reason or another. Obviously, you've been doing this for quite a number of years. You're able to draw people in, and your own personality comes through in your audio. So it's not just the words, it's not just the transmission. It is it's a part of your personality that comes through across on the radio. And I hope that's something that I can develop as time goes on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Not, of course, not everyone is cut out to be um, at the front. Let's just say, like being a net controller, as opposed to being a guy that checks in and says, "Yeah, not too much over here," just saying hello. And those types you don't normally picture them as being able to or want to do something like that. So it's not for everyone. And let me tell you, I was nervous as heck, and I still get nervous a few minutes before the net starts because I want to make sure everything is ready and that everything is going to go well, right? So you do get the jitters, but I'm comfortable talking on the mic, so obviously you can tell that.
Yeah, anybody that can break the ZOE repeater, obviously, you can tell that they've got the gift for gab. And this brings back a very important point that I recall. I remember when Kim Mitchell first signed on with Q107 as a disc jockey, and they had to put somebody on the radio with him because he was absolutely terrified of talking to the public. So here's a person that's been performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people for years and years and years. The big difference being he had immediate feedback from his audience, and it terrified him to think that he was going to be broadcasting from people. He didn't know if they were listening. He didn't know if they were appreciating what he was saying. And he had an utter lack of confidence when he came on the radio. It took him, I'm going to say 3.5 months before he settled into the idea that he was talking into black space, and he had no immediate feedback. So that in itself obviously was daunting, but you can imagine somebody keying up on the radio, and you're being measured by every word you say. Every time you stutter, and every time you unkey the mic at the wrong time, and every time your mic cord happens to sweep across the dial and knock you off frequency, all of those things those are the little faux pas that you're going to trip across as you go through this transition. But once you wipe all that fear away, then you can develop, spread your own personality and warmth into your transmissions. Anyways, let's just say that, Chuck, you've done that very well. You made everybody that I've heard check in with Chuck on Wednesday evenings feel very warm, welcome, and comfortable. Back to you.
Very good there, Mac. Yeah, and a lot of good points for sure. And first of all, Kim Mitchell as a DJ was awesome. I loved listening to him on the Q107 radio show. And you know who else was a good DJ, radio DJ, is Alice Cooper. He used to do a nighttime show out in, one of the state, northern Pennsylvania or somewhere up there, Illinois. I'm not sure where, but he was another natural. But you're right. In front of the microphone, you don't get instant attention. But don't forget, Kim Mitchell used to perform with a hat. Now, not only for the lights, but to kind of be a little bit introverted. I think the hat gives you the peak of the hat kind of gives you a little bit of shelter, I guess, in a way, from the audience as well. But yeah, those are true. Those are things that people fear. Deep down, they want to be liked. We all want to be loved. Well, most of us. But you know what I mean? It's only natural. So, yep. We're basically performing in front of people, and I'm doing it on with cameras. Not always on me, but sometimes I change the stream on Facebook whenever I feel like showing my face, and other times I don't wish to show my face and just show something else. So, but those are all things that we all want to get positive feedback on. So, some things take practice. Others you just simply acquired over time. Anyways, Mac, thanks for helping me kill some time. It's been a slow evening tonight for AREG. Tonight we got 9 check-ins so far, but we still have 5.5 minutes left or so. And so let's see if anybody else is out there would like to check in, late check-in for AREG, the longest running consecutive net in Hamilton. In 3 short weeks, it'll be 29 years, the 29th year anniversary on week 1512. We're currently at 1509. So anybody out there wishing to check in, please come now. All right. Well, since you're at the top of the list, Mac, this will be the 7-3 round. Anything else to wrap things up?
Well, I think I've already given you the flowers and the bouquets about your personality coming across on the radio, and I'm going to say that the hardest days are the nets that run the slowest. Obviously, this past Tuesday evening was a good example. We were doing the Lake Ontario D-Star net, and oh my goodness, well, technical difficulties. We can't link WIK and YYZ repeaters, and we had 4 check-ins, including myself. That's including the entire coverage on both YYZ and WIK repeaters. So what do you talk about for half an hour? Well, you don't. You just suck it up and you say, okay, well, we tried here, we tried there, and the people that had the time to spend with us for this little bit, a few minutes of chitter chat, we certainly appreciate that. As far as that goes, 100%, the people that make the net are the people that participate, and obviously it's a burden on the net controller. Summertime is a great time to be outside and being with your family and doing other things is certainly quite often more important than spending time on the radio. But, to show appreciation to the folks that have keyed up and said hello is certainly the way to go. Anyways, I'm not somebody that attends every net every week. Other things do get in the way, but nonetheless, Chuck, appreciate your dedication to the cause, and keep up the good work. 7-3s to you, my friend, and everybody else that's checked in with us tonight. Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. I'll be listening along until you go QRT.
All right. Very good, Mac. And thank you again for all the flowers and all your input. And you're right. Everybody's input as a collective makes for a great net. And when there's no one out there but dead air, it's a little daunting. It's disappointing. It's depressing, whatever you want to call it. It's challenging. But yeah, you can either have dead air for a couple of minutes and make call outs, which happens a lot, during the summer months on various nets. And so that happens. So we just, you can either shut down early or soldier on. So we usually soldier on. Thanks for that, Mac. VA3IMW. Next on the list here, who do we have? We have KKP PDL. Paul, VE3 PDL 7-3 round, Paul.
Alrighty, sir. Well, good net. Some are more packed than others, but like everybody said, it's the weather and lives and yada yada getting people's way of their hobbies. But always a good job, Chuck. I'm sure we all mimic what Mac was saying there about you conducting the net rather well. So, yep. Anyway, sir, not much to add after that, and I'll let you finish the 7-3 round. So, good to hear everybody in there, and 7-3 for the evening, V3 PDL.
All right, Paul. I do thank you as well for being here for the whole night, mostly, or being able to hear me when I call you. You've been right on time every time, especially with you having family over and being busy. I do appreciate it. So thanks, Paul. We'll chat with you soon, I'm sure, as we always do. All right, buddy. Have a great rest of the night. VE3 PDL. Now let's go to George, VE3 GBD. Last call, George.
Still here. Just kind of in and out, getting the garbage ready. But, I agree with Mac. But there is a lot of times that I'm not going to be able to hit the radio because I'll be up this trailer and still can't get out. But I keep trying. But, I do agree with Mac. It's you're doing a great job. You're keeping yourself going, but nobody wants to key up. But other than that, great job there, Chuck.
Well, thanks, George. I must say, amateur radio basically saved my life. I quit drinking, and otherwise things might be different. But amateur radio has taught me to behave, and and everything that went with drinking too much. I still have a beer every now and then, but nothing close to the volume I used to overdo it. So I admit it. But now we're clean from that, and very happy that amateur radio has kept me busy and out of trouble. And so I thank you to all the mentors I've had, John, JSU, Kevin, KKP, Kevin Gerard, my neighbor, WKG. Everybody's helped me out. So I appreciate all of you. PDL as well. Sorry if I'm leaving any names out. But anyways, let's move along. We've got two more, Larry and Steve. So let's go to VE3 LBI for last call. All right. Well, let's go to Steve then, if he's still with us. VA3 NFG. Steve, you want to wrap things up?
Yeah, sure, Chuck. Good net, for sure. One thing I did want to ask, and maybe you guys already discussed it during the first hour that I missed. That loud boom this morning at around 10:30. That was the demolition of one of the furnaces there at Stelco or DeFasco.
I haven't watched the news, but I did get a text, I think, from Twitter or something like that, saying that they were demolishing. It was a controlled explosion down at the lakefront, and so one of the properties was being demolished. I don't know which one. So I guess we'll have to look at the 11 o'clock news, and I'm sure they'll have video footage of it.
Yeah, no doubt, because you heard it here. And then my mom's around the Garth and Mohawk area, and she heard it. Because we were talking to her on the phone at the time when it went off. Okay, very good. Excelente. Have a good night there, folks, and we'll catch on the bands. This is DA3NFT.
All right, Steve, sounding good off the walkie there. Signals are going up and down a little bit, but that's okay. All right, then. So, well, let's do one more last call out for any last minute check-ins for the AREG. Let's see if anybody else would like to check in. This is VA3CJZ looking for last minute check-ins. Look at that. For a slow net, we end up going overtime. It's 10:04 p.m. and we're going to wrap it up now. I would just like to say thank you to everyone who listened as well as checked in. So next time, maybe get the courage to press down the microphone and speak. So there you go. All right, like I mentioned earlier, we got 9 check-ins tonight, not including myself. I never do because I don't check in. So 9 check-ins tonight. Very good, everyone. Thank you very much. And so enjoy the rest of the week as summer comes to a close. And be safe out there. And hopefully we'll catch you next week on the AREG. It'll be week 1,510 consecutive weeks for the AREG. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, saying 7-3 and good night. I now return the frequency back to regular amateur use. Thank you and good night all.